Hello, this is Mark Harris. I pray that God would bless this video about Pope Francis' visit to Congress. He said we must be wary of, well, let's see. This was September 24th, 2015. We must be wary of any fundamentalism, political or religious. Be wary of any fundamentalism. That's the first thing that I wrote down that he said. It's interesting because he is a Jesuit. He's supposed to be a Jesuit, and Jesuits are fundamentalists. You know, as far as I know, they're for, you know, their world domination, you know, for Satan. And so, you know, I view Pope Francis as satanic in a very big way. So he said we must be wary of any fundamentalism. We must be wary of any fundamentalism. So that's targeting me. That's targeting true Christians who want to go back to what God is teaching us and what God said. Also, he said we must confront polarization, you know, and then he said we must move forward as one. This was September 24th, 2015, a few minutes after 10 o'clock this morning. For Pope Francis, or the first pope that's ever spoken before Congress, you know, the United States was founded and started as a religious country, a place for freedom of religion, and later on that was written into the Constitution. But now we're supposed to be wary of any fundamentalism, religious or political. We're supposed to confront polarization, which means we can't be polarized for Christ. We're not allowed to be polarized for Christ. We must move forward as one. God saw two divisions of the world, the righteous and the unrighteous. He saw Christians on one side and the world on another. Jesus said, "You are not of the world, even as I am not of it." Move forward as one. You know, that says that we're all one world, which is what Toby Mac talked about in his maybe his last album. I'm not sure. I can't think of the name of the album right now, but Toby Mac talked about one world. And he talks about global forms of slavery. Global. Now this is the first point first mention he had made of global. Global forms of slavery. We need new policies and consensus. Consensus means we agree on this. Global, he said again, he said it a third time too that I noticed. Global elimination of the death penalty. If you read the law, the Torah, in the Bible says that if somebody kills someone, they should receive the death penalty. So Pope Francis is going against the Bible. He's saying, God said this, but I say this, which is what the Antichrist will do. Global elimination of the death penalty. Global solidarity must not be lost. Global unity, global solidarity must not be lost. And he talked about the creation and distribution of wealth, that wealth should be distributed. That if I work to make a company successful, I put blood, sweat, I'm poor. You know, so supposedly he's talking about me. But if I put blood, sweat, and tears into making a company successful, he is saying that needs to be redistributed. We're moving toward a one world government we're moving toward elimination of boundaries. And in a book I'm reading called a book I read part of it anyway, I didn't want to read the whole thing, called System Sensitive Leadership. System 6 in that system was about equality. So these are pulling on the heartstrings of what people are becoming. System 6, the thinking systems that people go through, talks about not considering ourselves above other people and living in harmony with the environment. So this is a political agenda where we are told what we will do as far as the environment, and we're told what we'll do as far as equality. An interesting thing is Pope Francis alluded to it, but he never said there was a problem with homosexual marriage. Once again, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible does not say what he omitted about Christian marriage. And once again, by saying these things about Pope Francis and by making this video and talking about Christian marriage and a man and a woman, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I want people to do what they want to do, but this is a redefinition of society, and we'll see more of it in the coming years.